Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. I just wanted to shoot a quick video about some books I picked up here recently that I thought were worth mentioning. Some books that have come out here recently that I think would be worth picking up, that there's some value to them. Uh, here's a couple that I like. The Venom #1, I know that came out maybe a month or so ago. This is the variant B cover, the Rivera cover. And I think the week it came out, I picked up the A cover, obviously, and the B cover. I think there was a Young Guns cover as well. I picked that one up, but the Rivera cover was going for like $30 on Midtown, and yeah, I think maybe at 25 you could find on eBay for maybe 25. So I kind of held off on it, on purchasing it, and sometimes if you do that a few weeks afterwards, you can find something that somebody will always buy too many of a book and they'll just dump it. So I ended up picking this up for like $13, including shipping. So that was a pretty good deal. The other one I picked up here was Magic Order. I highlighted in my last video that Magic Order #1 is a really, really good comic. The writing is fantastic. It's definitely going to be a Netflix show. It's kind of perfect. I mean, I could tell by the way Miller's writing it. He's writing it for a show, for a series. So I picked up the black and white cover and the Adam Hughes cover in my subscription, and I found this on eBay. There's a couple. I think there's a website. There's a couple comic shops that are doing exclusives on it, and this is the Oliver Copiel variant cover. There's a scene inside the book of this basically, and he made a cover out of it. And there's a print run of only 500 of these. So, yeah, I figure if that book really, I think it's going to take off. It's already sold out on Midtown, all the copies. Maybe just the A cover is still available, but most of the variants have sold out. And I figure if they make a show out of it, the lower the print run, the better. So I don't know if there's a cover out there that has a lower print run than 500, but that's pretty low. So, and I like the cover. I just thought it was a pretty cool. Of all the covers, I think it's my favorite of the ones that I've looked at. So, picked that up. Got a good deal on that. There's a few books that came out recently. This is 2021, Dead Souls. I'm sorry, Lost Children. Excuse me. And that one. The cover on this is by an artist that I like his work. I think I have that Alien series that he did. It was about a year ago, and that did really well. So I can't remember his name. Sorry about that. But the artwork's fantastic. The detail on it's great, and the story inside was really, really good, and a lot of good detail. There's also a B cover that is kind of my favorite that I missed. I bought this on Midtown in my subscription, but I did not notice the B cover, and the B cover is my favorite. And I noticed there's only one or two on eBay, so I ordered it through a different comic shop, and I've got that on order, and that should be coming soon. And that one probably looks to be in the most demand because I just don't see very many copies for sale. And that's one thing about, I think it's Titan Comics is the producer of these books. They have a lot of good books lately, and they've run very, very low print runs. So when something becomes popular, it's just hard to find. So I would keep your eyes out on any of these covers if you can get it, especially the B cover. I think that's the lowest print run and hardest to obtain. All right, I wanted to also highlight, I picked this up at a shop, Batman 442, first appearance of Tim Drake as Robin. A lot of people have this in their collection. I don't know why. For some reason, I never really picked it up. So I got a really good deal on it. I was at a shop, and they just had it. I think they had a really low price on it, and I made them an offer. I think I got it below $10. So yeah, pretty good deal. It's in really good shape. I wouldn't have bought it if it had dings or anything on it, but it's probably 9.6 to 9.8 condition. There's literally nothing on the book. It's pretty clean. So picked that up recently. The other one I picked up, and this was like in the dollar bins, was Web of Spiderman '97. Yeah, there's a lot of shops where you probably can find a good deal on this book. It sells $25, $30 on eBay. Maybe you can get it as low as 15 to 20. But it definitely sells in the $15 to $20 range, and if you go to a lot of comic book shops, you can easily find this in a $1 or $2 bin. I think I picked it up for just a couple bucks, so not a bad return on investment on that one. Another one I wanted to show, I was in a shop the other day, and I've never ever bought a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic book in my life. I know some of the early issues back in the 80s are definitely worth a lot of money, but I just was never into the comic book. But I saw that cover, and I just thought, man, that is a pretty cool cover. You've got this huge, like, woolly mammoth creature, and then the 4 Ninja Turtles. I just thought it was awesome. I bought it because of the cover. I mean, I read the book, and it wasn't bad. It was a decent story, but not really a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan. But I just thought that cover was pretty cool. So that's the reason I picked that up. Another thing that came out here, the Marvel 2-in-1 Annual #1. I thought that was a pretty cool cover. Picked that up here recently. I had talked about this in one of my last videos, the Infinity #4. First appearance, or the first cameo appearance, I think, of Requiem, and also the Infinity Gauntlet armor. So this could be a big book. That is the Virgin cover, which, go on eBay right now and look for that. You won't find very many copies for sale. So this is, in my opinion, this is a sleeper. I think I paid $24 for this, maybe $20. If you see that on eBay, I would buy it, especially if that Requiem character it gets tied to Thanos, which they're predicting, and that could be a big book at some point. So yeah, make note of that. That's Infinity Countdown #4, first cameo appearance of Requiem and the Infinity Gauntlet armor. So see if you can pick that up. Another one I picked up here recently was Doctor Strange #1. That's the Delato cover. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't cheap. I think it's a 1 in 50 variant, so I'm kind of trying to stay away from the variants, but you know, I love Delato's artwork, and I kind of get easily roped into buying his covers. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and apparently it's hard to find in good condition. A lot of them have marks on them, and of course Marvel uses cheap paper, and I'm not surprised. There's always some issues with Marvel books, so if you get a really good copy, you're lucky, because it's not easy to find some of these in great condition because of Marvel. So I thought that was good. It's in pretty clean shape, but not too many problems with it, so I like that cover. There's a couple other covers that just came out. Aquaman. I've really been liking the Aquaman series. If you want a great book to read, I've never really been an Aquaman fan, but I started buying Aquaman because of the Middleton covers, and I really kind of got into the story. I think the story's fantastic. It's one of the better written DC books, in my opinion, is Aquaman. I even like it better than Batman lately. So that's saying something, because I've always been a huge Batman fan, but Aquaman has been better, in my opinion. And you can't go wrong with these covers. This Middleton cover is gorgeous, just fantastic. I love his artwork. Another one that I love the cover for, I bought it just for the cover, is Dark Souls Age of Fire #1. Again, another Titan book. Titan's doing a great job with really good quality books. The paper's fantastic. The artwork's great. And I just love that cover with the dragon, and I don't know, it's just awesome. So those were some books I wanted to highlight. Let me know what you guys think, your comments. I would love to see what you guys think of these books and other books that you think are worth picking up. Yeah, leave the comments. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll be posting another video later this week on some books that I also picked up at a local shop. All right, everybody, have a great week.